It's Tool time.
And it's time.
With Keah and Sarah. I was about to call you Sarah.
I'm Keah.
I'm Sarah.
And this is Couch Sessions thanks to Soundlink.
And we're going to be talking about Tool's Fear Inoculum, which was only just released on the 31st of August. Now this is
after 13 years.
13 years. All of the Tool fans have just kind of been silently waiting in their little hole filled with
Except
like
for the
LSD
memes.
and acid.
The memes are coming out.
And the death threats are done.
Yeah, the death threats? No more. No, but like another thing that I've kind of found is there's mixed reviews, and this is our review kind of thing,
yeah.
but there's mixed sayings when it comes to this Tool album, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Now, a lot of people have said, a lot of long-term Tool fans and kind of fans that have gradually started to get into them have said that it's like any Tool album. You have to listen to it a few times to fully grasp the effects.
Now with Tool, I find that kind of, you don't listen to Tool, you experience it. And with this album, there's a lot of that kind of like grabbing you into the point. It's about 70% instrumental, I'd say, and the rest is kind of, I'm not good at math. The rest is just kind of like soft lyrics and like hymns or whatever kind of thing. But altogether, I think we could have waited 14 or 15 years.
Wow.
I think we could have waited another year or two for this album.
Every 40-year-old Tool fan has got like a dark picture of Keah and they're just like throwing it at her face like, how
Watch the death threats come my way. No, but like, I feel like there is, you know, like there are good songs in it, don't get me wrong, you know, like, but the two, well, okay, people are going to be mixed about this one. Chocolate Chip Trip.
Okay, you know what? This song is probably, in my personal opinion, other than the self-titled Fear Inoculum, is probably one of the best songs on the actual album.
I do like it, but then again, I'm very into the weird sounds and everything. I do like it. It does feel a little bit like a filler, and you do have to wait for the kind of build-up and everything. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I do like the song. We've listened to it a couple of times, and it is one, like, I think it's one of their best ones.
Yeah.
On the album.
Yeah. Another one of the really good songs off this album is Tempest. Now, a lot of people out there agree with me purely because of the guitar wrist. Purely because of the guitar riffs. Now, around, I think it's 8 minutes and 25 seconds, there is this massive guitar riff build-up that is just about to lead you into something that's, like, sonically... Yeah, like... It's kind of like earth-defying, and that's kind of what Tool have done their whole music career, is making music to be seen through a third eye.
Now, one thing that I've kind of noticed is a lot of these songs kind of reflect what happens, what happens? What's been portrayed in the old 3 albums. Yeah. Like, that you can still feel that kind of, like, the Tool touch.
The whole album, as, like, when you listen to it from start to finish, they've kept the same sound from their previous albums, like Anemia and what's the other one? Lateralus. And the start of Tempest also sounds like Frame by Frame by King Crimson as well. So they've kept the same sounding throughout the whole album. It just takes a little bit to get into, in my personal opinion.
Now, another thing is, I feel like some of the songs are too long. Maybe they could have trimmed them down a bit. You know, like, it's like a good start and a good end. The middle just goes for a little bit too long. It's like they're pushing, and then, you know, like, finally they do change the sound a little bit, which is good, but at the same time, it gets a little bit boring, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, of course. The best way to describe, not like this record as a whole, it's the way to go, it's like going on a, like, drug trip without actually taking drugs. Yeah. It's seeing through a third eye, and that's what Tool have always kind of prided themselves on. And it is a very good record, and it would be fantastic for old school Tool fans to absolutely love it. But I don't know, like, I think it takes a little while to actually get into it.
I feel like with this album here, you can't be driving anywhere and listening to it. You need to be at home, you need to be just kind of like by yourself, and that's like where you get the experience of Tool. But personally, I don't know, you know, like, I found it a little boring.
Yeah. If you listen to it like one track, then stop, and then listen to another track, you're not going to get the full force of it. You have to sit there, as Keah said, and like
take it in, kind of
take it all in.
Yeah.
Spend like a day, like non-stop listening to it to understand the full force.
This album also does go for a long time. I mean, a lot of the songs go over the 10-minute mark as well, so make sure you have like at least 90 minutes to an hour and a half to actually listen, sit down, feel it, and kind of just experience the whole Tool, like what they aim to put out. Do I think it's a great album? No. I find that there are good aspects to it, yes, but one that I would run to, one that I'd rave about, no. And that's not because, you know, like that's nothing personal to them. It's just, it does get a little bit boring for like a lot of the songs for me. But nonetheless, I do like a lot of the songs on there. It's just I would not choose to listen to them in my spare time on the regular.
Instrumentally, Tool in this album is absolutely amazing. They always are. You cannot fault Tool when it comes to their instrumentals. Between drums, guitar riffs, and even the bass that hits through half of these songs is absolutely amazing. It's just, I don't know how to like fully push it out there. Like it's a good album, and as I said, for long-running Tool fans that have waited 13 years for a new album to drop, they would be absolutely mind-blown by this. But for people that might just be getting into Tool, I wouldn't recommend this as an album to kind of introduce someone to Tool. And it's a good album. It is a good album if I have to be honest, but at the same time, it sounds like their albums from before as well.
With this album, I kind of get the feel that this might be the last one by Tool, and I don't think we'll be expecting anything like another album upcoming or anything kind of thing. I feel like this is the last one. Don't get me wrong, in that sense, you know, like, if that's the final one, that's fine. That's a good, you know, like it is an end.
It's a way to say goodbye.
It's a nice way to say goodbye. It is a good album, as I said, a little bit boring in stages. But at the same time, I will listen, you know, like I can and will listen to some of the songs, just not when I'm, you know, like, it's a very, I don't know how to explain it.
It's as if a whole bunch of dudes kind of just sat in a recording studio and jammed out. It's the most, it's like that, and that's the way I can see it.
Especially in Chocolate Chip Trip. There's like a little, there's a drum solo kind of thing, and you'll feel exactly that. You'll feel like you're actually in the studio with them, and they're just doing a little drum solo, and don't get me wrong, I actually really like that part of I really like that song, bearing in mind, it kind of did feel like a bit of a filler, but I liked it nonetheless. I know that other people feel probably that they didn't like that one so much, but I personally liked it. But I like weird sounds.
Yeah, but we highly recommend that song as well as Tempest and their first initial release, Fear Inoculum, as well, because those three songs I think are the real standouts for the whole album. It kind of captures the direction they've gone in with the album, as well as a reminder of what their previous album sounded like.
Who they are. It's
like, it doesn't matter whether you listen to this one, whether you listen to Anemia or any of the other ones, you need to sit there and kind of embody something that is out of this world to kind of understand the direction.
What I would suggest, if you want to listen to this album, get a beanbag, put yourself in just a nice calm environment and just listen to it, you know, like, and make sure you have time as well.
It goes for a little while.
It goes for a long while. But yeah, overall, I would say, you know, good album, not 100% great for me personally.
But for all Tool fans, you'll love it.
For Tool fans, you'll absolutely love it. But yeah, I don't know, for all the newcomers of Tool, as Sarah said, bounce back a little bit and then maybe bring yourself forward depending on how you feel, you know, like what you feel of the initial music tracks and everything. But
I also, on a side note, I also think, obviously, there are a whole bunch of bands that were so highly regarded in the 90s that are coming back, you know. Slipknot released a new album, Korn's on its way, Tool. Like, I think there is a certain niche market of people for Tool. And I think they're a different kind of breed. They're the people that can actually sit there and appreciate music just for their instrumentals, which is fantastic. And not only that, the vocals as well are very soothing. So
I love his, I love Adam's vocals.
So I think it was like what we said with the Slipknot review, We Are Not Your Kind. I think it's more the fact of the title of the name band than what it is the album itself.
Yeah, exactly. No, I fully agree with that. Make sure you have time. But other than that,
check the kids into daycare, hire a sitter, get yourself a PB&J sandwich and just fucking chill.
And buy a beanbag. Like, 100% buy
a beanbag regardless.
Yeah, but like, seriously, spend some time with the album. Give it a couple of goes. Just don't, you know, like, don't initially listen to it once and then judge it. Go through it a couple of times. Actually experience the song. As Tool, like, I feel like Tool just puts out an experience. get the full Tool experience before you actually judge it, and then come back to us, write it in the comments.
But I guess now it's finally time to put the tools back in the shed.
Hey. I see what you
I
just want to confirm something. When I said 90 minutes to an hour and a half, I was meant to say 60 minutes to an hour and a half. But I don't know. I know my
Tool album, so now she has no concept of time.
Exactly. I am so sorry. I have a brain up here. I just didn't think. Okay.
But this has been Couch Sessions with Keah and Sarah. We reviewed the Tool album today. You know, and not a lot of people are going to agree with what we said, but I guess that's fine.
That's why we're here. But anyways, guys, we are the girls from Somnia. Make sure you check out our podcast down below as well. It has all the alternative music and all that kind of stuff. Links are down below, but make sure you also check out Soundlink Magazine.
They have an online publication filled with articles every single day, so make sure you go and check those out. Subscribe to this YouTube channel because we will be releasing these videos hopefully once a week, maybe a little bit more depending on how much time we've got.
Follow Soundlink on Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and make sure you comment your views below because we would actually really love to hear what you have to say, or if you have anything that if you don't agree, because that's perfectly fine as well.
Exactly. Any albums or songs you would like us to review, also put those down in the comments as well, and we'll be sure to do that when we can.
Other than that, I'm Keah.
I'm Sarah.
This is Soundlink Magazine's review of
the Tool album Fear Inoculum, and this has been Couch Sessions, but we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.